I will just review everything we've done so far in case we didn't get it in the actual play, since we were having audio issues. Tone of our story: striving. The world is difficult and can be harsh, but the trials of life can be overcome by working together as one. Change is constant, but it can be a force for good as well as ill. Story spans a decade. Our characters can start any age between 11 and 16 and will become adults after a time skip of at least 5 years. We then choose to follow them for several years of adulthood. Game will include at least one passage of time, but can include more if we desire. The game will be set in small town maritime Canada. A small town in the Canadian Maritime Provinces that is close enough to more populated towns to drive to, while still retaining the rustic charms of more rural areas. Staples of this setting include town improvement committee meetings, church socials, and charity concerts. Setting is inspired by the novels of Ellen Montgomery. Historical accuracy is a little important. We're doing the best job we can. The story is much more important than history, and right now we're deciding how will we treat the gender power balance, with our choices being historical, late 19th century patriarchy, off. It is normal and acceptable for all genders to hold a wide range of respectable careers and continue working after marriage. Make the first move, vote and hold political office, and have marital relationships with all gender. Or in reverse, it is normal, acceptable that only women may hold a full range of respectable careers and continue working after marriage. Make the first move, vote and hold political office. What are people thinking?
Reverse sounds wild.
I'm not whatever, I just think reverse is cool.
I think reverse sounds bananas in the best way.
I'll go with reverse.
It's a little difficult for me, but I'm willing to do it. It's just it's such a hard switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because you have to remember everything, like that is standard. It's the reverse. So it's the guys who suffer, this time around. So just keep that in mind.
Would it make more sense for those of us who've not played it yet, like full out with a group? Would off make the most sense then?
Yeah, I think off is kind of the easiest for people typically.
I'm open to whatever, but I was just
off is much more similar to what we have in the modern day.
Okay. I do have a question about reverse in terms of things like pregnancy and child rearing. So women are the ones who hold the job, but how do they handle pregnancy? Do they just go to work pregnant and then the men take care of the babies and like nursing and all that sort of stuff, like post, or is it much more complicated?
I mean, that would be up to us to decide that, which is part of why in reverse is kind of almost playing on hard mode, because you do have to do some world building and decide those things.
Right. In that case, maybe we should just go with off.
As a micro, if it's only a micro game, yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
So just know that with off, that means a lot of the drama will be elsewise. In general, compared to Good
we
Society,
can always have classism as drama.
So classism is always fun to play with.
Something new and different for us.
Classism is always there, no matter what we do. So.
Yeah. Are you okay with
Is sexuality off?
Yeah. I think that's the next question, Stephen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for sexuality, you can marry anyone if we're in the off setting.
Got
so yeah.
Oh, I see. Marital. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep. So, our next question is, how will we treat racial, ethnic, and religious power balances? Our choices are somewhat historical. We will be respectful and not use slurs, but characters who are immigrants are not of white Anglo-Saxon Protestant origin may face discrimination and have fewer opportunities. If you select this opportunity, you're going to use the somewhat historical version of the deep-rooted immigrant family backgrounds. Other option is off. Is normal, acceptable for people of all backgrounds to be given equal opportunities for education and employment. Hold positions of leadership over the community as a whole, as opposed to just leadership over their section of the community. So for example, someone who's Jewish, instead of holding leadership over just other people who are Jewish, would be able to hold have a position of leadership over the entire community, and also be considered citizens of the United States or Canada. And again, there are off versions of the deep-rooted and immigrant family backgrounds. I think the important thing for this one is it like, are these things that you are going to want to explore for a character you are thinking of playing? Because otherwise, personally for me, it feels a little weird to have it turned on if you're not going to be exploring that, if that makes sense, you know.
I mean, I think my character, I think my character is going to be Jewish, but I don't think it's going to be part of something that he's going to be taking as like a story beat to explore. I think it's just a part of who he is rather than anything specific.
So does off sound good to everyone? Diana, did you go?
Yeah, off sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I generally like to play with it because I always play a Latina character. And I like to remind people that, you know, we were around even back then and like in other places of the world, and how that you know, integrates. But at the same time, like, for example, the San Francisco one I did, our group wanted it off because, like, the state of the world, we don't want to worry about that in the late 1800s. So I think it's interesting either way. But yeah, I'm good with off. But I might still have my character push a little bit of like the immigrant part of like just being an outsider to Canada, you know, because that's far removed than America is for anyone who's from Central or South America.
Okay, so our next question is there anything our game should avoid? And this is going to be like lines, things we don't want to see at all, veils, things we're okay like having exist in the narrative, but we don't want to go deep into them. And ask first are things where like, I'm okay with this in certain contexts, but I want to have a discussion about it before we bring it into the story.
I'd prefer no child or animal abuse. It's one thing if the farmer hits the horse a little bit to get him to move, but you know what I mean. I don't like just extreme.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a very hard veil on anything sexual. Like, we're all adults here. Adults do have sex, but I don't need to role play it out. I've seen people do it. It's gross. It's weird.
Okay. So like fade to black, basically.
100%.
We're kind of the same way.
Related question though, are you interested in PCs having like romantic relationships?
I love romance. I think romance is beautiful. I just don't need to.
I'm interested in romantic relationships.
Yeah, because I've been in a game where some people think both are the same, romance and sex. It's like, no, those are separate.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
They are separate sections in the ripped bodice. It is okay.
Yes. No, it's okay to have Neko knows this. It's okay to have it in your like backstory, but no overt grief or family death like on screen, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of playing a young man whose parents died, but he lives with his aunt. I don't think he necessarily remembers them, so there's like sadness about not knowing them, but it doesn't like consume his life, more or less.
Yeah, and there's also a chance, like, if we incorporate grandparents as connections, that they'll die at the passage of time, which is totally fine. It's just like, you know, you can't have a funeral scene. We did do a funeral scene, but like it was like just briefly, and it was more the comedy of people who haven't seen each other in years meeting up.
Do you also want to do your other one that you normally do of Louis and Louise?
Oh, yes. Thank you for it's been a while, Echo. No characters named Louis, Louise, and Alex now. Impossible.
Okay. Steven has a thing about snakes before. No snakes.
Yeah, I don't care if snakes happen to other characters, just maybe not mine. I don't want to roleplay snakes.
Fair enough.
I have to, if I see like a snake article on Facebook, like I have to hide it so it never shows up in my feed again.
I'm also going to put a line on sexual assault,
please.
and ask first.
That's kind of what I included. Child abuse.
Yeah. Ask first for infidelity.
Okay.
Fine.
Carol, did you have any that you wanted to add?
Well, not that I can add.
And remember, this is a living document. If you remember something or something comes up and you're like, I didn't realize this was going to be a problem for me, but actually it is, we can always change this, add to it. So please feel free to tell me about anything like that.
Actually, can we add one more line? This actually weirdly came up yesterday between me and Stephen. We were having a discussion. No cults. The likelihood of it showing up is small, but I prefer not to have it at all.
Okay.
It's kind of... I always find lines and veils really funny, in a way. I mean, they're important. I love them. This is not a dig on them, but like sometimes like some of the things you bring up, like, I've never actually seen that in the game, but the one time you don't mention it is the time it's going to come out.
Is the time it comes
The absolute funniest thing I can say about this is that Haley and V have shared the backstory for this question is that in one of the playtests, someone did just randomly bring in Cthulhu to Good Society, which I think is just the wildest, funniest thing.
I mean, that's a choice.
Actually, I do have a line. No characters named Davy.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
And
that
yes, I am.
Does that include David as well?
Well, it doesn't include David.
Okay, just Davy.
Yes.
All right. So again, we can come back to this at any time. But for now, our next question is the fun version of this. Is there anything we'd love to see in our game? My cheat answer to start us off, because this is what I always want to see, is childhood friend romance. It's my favorite trope. Some could say I wrote this game so that we would have a good chance of always having that in a game. But who's to say, really?
I kind of want to play like a dandy gay. So, I don't know, maybe like a gay storyline of some kind for him. Maybe like a coming out storyline in his childhood.
This is an offshoot of Good Society. Every game is queer, essentially.
Oh yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Like how can we make it
a coming out story?
How can we make
That'd
it
be fun.
Queerer? This is like a really specific thing, but I would love to see the movies incorporated somehow because they got started around like the 1890s, and I think that would be something fun to explore, like this correlation between the glamour and the fantasy of movies versus this like childhood growing up thing. I think that'd be really fun.
Were they like just Nickelodeons back then?
No, there was spirit. There were spirit cameras, especially if you want to go into the spiritualism storyline. There was the kinetoscope. There was a bunch of like really interesting like early technology. We even have phones. There's even a transgalactic phone already like in place. And fun fact, in the early
could be cool.
Yeah, in the early 1900s, there was a Latin American priest who actually invented Wi-Fi, and then that information got lost.
Oh wow!
Because
that's cool.
Colonization and such. Yeah.
And you would have like we're like in like the 1890s-ish, right? Or are we prior to that?
We're starting out in the 1870s.
1870s. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll grow up into like getting to possibly there.
Fabulous. Okay, cool. Rock on. I just wanted to be able to frame where I was at there.
Speaking of like the intersection between movies and gay stuff, this is like when the first musicals were kind of starting to be codified into something we would recognize as a musical. So that's another really fun thing.
You had me at this. Right, you had me at this.
Gilbert and Sullivan was very popular.
Okay.
Yep.
I was kind of dreaming up a character who maybe is like the town, like a school teacher who also directs like the town theater or something. So that could actually be great. But I also love the idea of including something in the spirit world. That could be kind of fun, like a seance or something.
Yeah,
those are fun.
So do we want to put like spiritualism as a thing we'd like to?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
And musicals.
Guys, I have this amazing alien layer mouse that is gorgeous and wonderful, and I keep forgetting to charge it. And it's just sitting here, and I'm very annoyed with myself. I keep looking at it every time I stream, going, I should charge this. This would be useful to have.
Pro, Diana, do you have anything in particular?
Mm-hmm. Schoolyard shenanigans.
That's always fun. Yeah.
I love that word.
Right,
Shenanigans.
just so that I don't have to spell shenanigans.
SHENANIGANS. One of my favorite words.
It's too late.
I think
I like, especially because of the town and everything. What's it like town lore, like, you know, like, oh yeah, you don't ever cross the street at 10 p.m. at night, or some stuff, like silly kid stuff that you would do.
To piggyback off that, I think it'd be really cool to have like wise mentors and town, I don't know how to phrase this, like town archetypes, like the witch that lives up the hill, who like all the kids are scared of, but they all like secretly want to know more about her, that kind of thing. I think that would fit in nicely and dovetail nicely into the town lore aspect.
Also, looks like my camera froze. Let me fix that.
I have great news that some of those are like specifically already written in the game, so.
Excellent.
Also, I do live like really close to like a rail line, so I will try and mute if I hear the train going by, but if you hear that, that's just ambiance for our Industrial Revolution era story.
I'm in New York City, and you'll probably hear sirens at some point. It's gonna happen. So you're all good. And we're only using the base deck, right, Neko? So you almost did it again.
You can also use Family and Passions. Family and Passions just has some extra desires, so it's nothing like that we will really get into yet, because desires are something that we don't decide on until we are adults. So okay. That'll be a few sessions for now. Any final things before we move on?
I think I'm good.
Okay, so now we are going to move to the tab that says Town. So, Castles in the Air tells the story of a group of children who all grow up in the same town. This town is where they meet and form relationships, and we watch it grow and change over the years, just as they do. Be an anchor for all of the children, place to come back to no matter how far they decide to roam. Because of this, it's important for players to establish a shared understanding of the town where in which these children live, what type of people live there, what are some of its main industries and some of its quirks. This process of town creation is not designed to help you figure out everything about the town, but it should get everyone to add some of their own details that will allow you to create a town that's totally unique to your specific game. Not every detail you create has to be used in your game. The townspeople you create as part of this process don't have to appear as major characters or connections. However, knowing they exist as part of the fabric of your setting will provide you with some ideas for scenes and novel chapters. Once your characters have grown up, you will add some additional details about your town. This will allow you to define some ways the town has changed over time. Remember, the period in which Castles in the Air is set is a period of rapid change for North America. Trains were becoming more important. Labor was changing as the majority of workers shifted from being self-employed to working for other people, and new industries were being created. This means that your town can go through as much change over the course of the game as your characters. So the first thing we're going to do is pick a town name. We have some here that are kind of based on ones you might hear in the area, and if we don't like any of these, we can also come up with one of our own. So we have Kingstown, Red Shore, Elk River, Wallace Harbor, Milton Creek, St. Lucas, Abner Village, Charlesburg, or Barracoy, I think it's pronounced. I don't actually... My friend came up with this, and I don't actually know how to pronounce any French. I just know it means, like, wave or something, or harbor, or, like, something...
Probably, if it's French, it's probably Barracois.
Barracois, okay.
If it's French, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with whatever. I mean, I like Charlesbury. Just something. Charlesbury. It sounds fun to say.
That sound good to everyone?
I like either Red Shore or Elk River, something water-based.
Liked those two.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware, Prince Edward Island, where all the handbooks are set, is known for like having red roads and such, because it has like a higher iron content in the soil there. So like the roads and the beaches to some degree are literally kind of like the soil there is red. So that's the explanation for that name, in case anyone was confused about it.
What about you, Logan and Crow?
So there is a town in Prince Edward Island called Three Rivers, and that could be kind of cool.
Three Rivers is good.
Like Three Rivers.
And that includes the water.
Three Rivers.
The water element that Diana liked too.
Okay. Yeah, and just to be clear, we can also set this in like one of the other two maritime provinces, which are Nova Scotia and, oh gosh, what's the other one? But like Prince Edward Island is kind of assumed to be the default, just because that's such a big part of like the Anne series and all of Ellen Montgomery's stuff. But if we do want to set it, why can't I remember what the third maritime? Anyway, I'll look that up.
New Brunswick.
While we're thinking about New Brunswick. That's it. So our next question are, what are some details about the town where your characters live? And let me see. I know I included some like examples of types of things in the book. Give me a second. So examples of these types of things: there's a creek deep in the woods. This is the only place in town you can find crayfish. Township Day is celebrated on November 5th with a scavenger hunt with varying difficulty levels for different age groups. The town hall is a bright pink because someone ordered the wrong color of paint and no one wanted to take up a subscription to fix that mistake. That one is inspired by something that happened in the Anne books, which you might be familiar with, Logan.
Yeah, very.
So yeah, just those sorts of details. These can be anything, and I would like each of us to come up with one, at least. If you want to do more than one, that's.
I'm just looking something up. Hang on. Did we decide Prince Edward Island?
Does that sound good to everyone, Prince Edward Island?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Sounds.
I know nothing about Canada, so I'm good with anything.
We are famous for our potatoes.
Stuff.
Apparently, Prince Edward Island is a major agricultural hub dominated by potato production.
Oh, very cool.
So I'm going with we are famous for our potatoes because there's room for a lot of fun stuff there.
We can have potatoes.
What year were French fries invented?
I do not know.
Yeah. So
that's
what's
my
interesting
mine.
is like for Halloween, it wasn't pumpkins that people carved; it was squash
Oh, cool.
And turnips.
and turnips.
Also.
Yes.
So I looked it up. French fries were likely invented in the late 18th century, with origins hotly contested between Belgium and France.
Yep.
Popular beliefs.
Another fun thing is like if something hasn't been invented yet, you can always have your character invent it during the game.
Oh, can you imagine?
That's always a fun one.
Can you imagine being the person that invented French fries? I would like to personally make out with whoever invented French fries. With consent, of course, listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
Logan, your character's Jewish. Vodkas on Prince Edward Island.
I gotta love a good latke. Anyway. Let's see. I think we probably have, because I'm gonna, like I said, Gilded Goth in the messages the other day. I think we have a really uncommonly large community cemetery, and it's the strange thing about it is it's non-denominational. It's the cemetery for the town that everyone uses, and it's seen as it's this mark of pride for the town that everyone is included there, and that these end of life rites are meant to be honored and not divisive. So it's seen as this kind of balm in a way. And I hope that
makes me think of that play Our Town,
and that,
where the last act is all the people in the cemetery.
And that doesn't cross over too bad into the overt grief. I hope not. Right? If it does,
No, because it's usually celebrated. Because I also have Dia de los Muertos, and that's when we celebrate. So it's not. It's more like the regret and the sad aspects of it.
Yeah, living in the grief. Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's a schoolhouse which has accidentally been painted bright purple. But, the schoolhouse has been accidentally painted purple.
Is it like a Barney the dinosaur purple or like a lavender purple?
Lavender.
Love that. Okay.
I really like that.
Oh my god, does that mean my dandy has to teach in a purple school?
If you're the teacher when you're an adult, sure. The penguins
Diana, you get one too, right?
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Something that's Canadian, I suppose. I think going along with the large cemetery aspect that it's non-denominational. I think the town doesn't have a central language.
Cool.
Because there's so many being spoken.
That's kind of cool. I really like that. And it's the town kind of came up around all these disparate peoples who decided to build community together. I love that.
Who loves potatoes?
Who doesn't? Let's be real honest here. I mean, I'm sure there are some.
I just Googled. I was curious, what kind of food could we be famous for?
Mm.
And now I want latkes. Why did you bring that up, Steven? You know it's such a mess.
I don't know. I just
Let me see. Now I have to come up with something.
While you're thinking at work, we
What do we think about a haunted lighthouse?
Yes.
Yeah, a haunted lighthouse works.
Who's haunting it?
We'll have to play to find out, I guess.
Okay. Ooh, I love that.
I love a kid's investigate a thing that they're probably not supposed to investigate. That's always a fun thing to do in this game. So
Yeah.
all right. Our next question is, what are some details about the townspeople? So some examples of this sort of thing. There's a neighborhood gossip who lives on the corner and always knows everyone's business almost before they do. Again, you might recognize that from the Anne series slogan. There are so many Thompsons in towns that they have their fingers in pretty much every pie and hold a lot of collective power. Or they say the reason the Patterson house is shut up is because Miss Petunia Patterson was burned in love 20 years ago and has not set foot outside since. So those sorts of
Logan
things.
said something about a town witch. Should that go in here?
Yeah, it definitely can.
Do you want to expand on that, Logan?
Sure. Let's name her Astrid. Astrid Fairmont. Single elderly woman considered the town witch. But not much is known about her, and that's why she's considered the town witch. She's that mysterious. She, moved here probably 20, 30 years ago and, made friends with no one. No one knows where her money comes from. And she's, living in this house that she refuses to upkeep. She doesn't bother anyone, but it bothers everyone else.
How about... Okay. I'm going to riff on some New York history here. There are two men who live together, and they are famous hoarders. And because I'm a smart aleck, we'll name them Herbert and Ernest. Bert and Ernie.
I'm done with you. Does anyone want me to roommate? I can mail him to you. He fits in a box. Maybe two.
Listen, Sesame Street, all right, I was raised on the block, okay? It's always going to find a way into my life. So Herbert and Ernest, the reclusive roommates, bachelors, we'll call them, right? Bachelors for that time period, I guess.
Well, I mean, we have gender set off, so it's perfectly acceptable if we want them to be married.
No, I want them to totally not, everybody to know that they are, but they refuse to admit it. They're bachelors and they're hoarders.
So it's kind of it's not even a discrimination thing. It's just these two are in love with each other and will not admit it. I love that.
Yeah, they're probably in their 60s and they've been together for 40 years and everybody in the town knows, but the two of them just won't say it.
Everyone else is you could have just gotten married. You don't want to? Okay.
Why would we get married? Exactly.
They share a bedroom, but it's two twin beds and no one gets it.
Listen, you know what? At this point, Mr. I'm going to be naughty, but Mr. Pedro Pascal, we all know. So, I think even in today's world, there's, people who just, they don't say it. So, sorry, Pedro.
Listen, sometimes you need to have your own bed. That's just how it is. I've seen some married couples who have their own bedrooms.
I've actually heard
doesn't mean they always sleep separately. Yeah,
I've heard marriages that do that actually tend to be a little stronger. It could be
paternal grandparents did that. Yeah, but anyway, so that's Herbert and Ernest.
So I think instead of the standard trope of a crazy cat lady, we have a weird fish man. He his whole house is aquarium. He just because the rivers are there and he's always fishing, so he has all these fishes everywhere.
Is he a fishmonger? Does he sell them too?
No.
Okay.
I think he's the anti-pescatarian. He does not eat seafood.
Okay.
And I'll let anybody else name him because I take too long thinking up of names.
Jasper.
I like that. Jasper the fish man.
Okay, cool. Crow, I think that leaves
I think
you, right?
yeah,
Oh,
Crow.
Crow and Echo, yeah. To say all week, every time I look at the book sitting on the table, I go, "There is a castle in the air." Because I'm a musical theater nerd.
Well, there's a farmer who owns an apple farm on the outskirts of town.
we have an apple farm too. Love it.
So mine is there's a cat in town who doesn't specifically belong to any one person or family and just comes and goes as he pleases anywhere in town. It may even be called different names by different families. So, like if you've seen Whisper of the Heart, this is like Moon, who like has multiple different families that he lives with and occasionally gets food from. And
I have not seen this one. This looks cool.
Love
yeah,
it.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Ghibli film because I love slice of life. It's my favorite.
Awesome. Very
All
cool.
right.
Neat. I'll have to check that out.
Okay. So, all right. That is everything for our town for now. So next we are going to move to our characters tab. Each of us is going to pick out one of these columns to be ours, and it doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to pick the pink one because pink is my token favorite color. And we will start working on our characters.
I'm gonna pick yellow.
Okay. Like Diana has green, the brighter green, not the other one.
I'll go and take
Blue.
You're taking blue, Steven?
I don't care, Logan. Go ahead. I'll take teal.
No, I'll take teal. You take blue. You're all good.
Okay. I really don't care.
Okay, so there are a few different like aspects of like our characters that we're going to be creating. So we have a childhood character role, a relationship that you'd like to have with someone else, a family background, a castle in the air, and a bosom enemy. So childhood character roles and family backgrounds are both there to provide a jumping off point for coming up with a character, and there are multiple different like options for those. Then we've got childhood relationships, which are a relationship you will be giving to another player to define how their character and yours relate to each other. If you pick siblings for your family background, you'll most likely be taking your sibling's family background rather than choosing one of your own. So just keep that in mind. A castle in the air is your character's childhood dream for what they want to do as an adult. This is a long-term goal that they probably can't work towards as a kid rather than something that they can accomplish during childhood. You'll each be creating your own and can be as humble or as ambitious as you want. And then a bosom enemy is a flaw or moral failing that your character struggles with the most, whatever they default to when they're having a bad day. So this is a really big part of the game, and it's really important to make sure that you pick one that you are interested in exploring. So all of these can be found in our wonderful base deck of cards, and or the childhood roll sheets for the childhood roll. And if you don't like any of the ones you see for the bosom enemy, you can come up with your own. Would just go over that with me. I would just want to make sure that it's something that I think is a good fit. But yeah, it's just really important that that is something you are interested in exploring, because it's going to play a big part of the game. And it doesn't really matter which order you decide to do these in, but we'll just kind of go down and do it together. All right. Anyone have any particular of the childhood roles they're really leaning towards?
Well, I'm leaning towards either Firebrand or Innocent.
I think I'm leaning towards either Dreamer or Bookworm.
I was kind of thinking Dreamer or Bookworm too, so which one are you more drawn to, Stephen? And Diana, what are you looking at?
Not sure yet. Probably not going to do the princess, because I did that most recently, and probably not the Firebrand for me. So, because I have a tentative idea, and I'm like, those don't fit necessarily. But I can be, what's the word I want? I could work with the
Flexible?
others. Yeah. Yes, flexible. Thank you.
Logan, do you have a preference to Dreamer or Bookworm?
I am looking at them both up right now. 197, there we go.
I just love the artwork. So good.
It's fabulous. I think.
Yeah, the book is beautiful.
I actually think Bookworm, honestly.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with Dreamer. I kind of picture this kid who, like, wound up, like, growing up poor, but then, like, a distant aunt or something died and left him, like, a ton of money or whatever. Like, that's kind of what I think. So I think Dreamer works fine.
Are we choosing our adulthood role now too, Neko?
No, you do that
Nope,
at passive
that
time.
is,
Oh.
Okay.
yeah, that's something, like, because the things that happen in the game can, like, change wildly what you think your character is going to be doing.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool.
Okay, so then... Okay. Oh, family background, that's what I'm looking for.
yeah. Alright. I think I'm most thinking either the scamp or the ringleader, and I'm not sure which one yet. I will decide that as we go through this.
And we don't choose desire yet, right?
Correct.
Nope. You do choose a castle or a castle in the air, which is your childhood dream for what you want to do.
Okay.
Like what you want to be when you grow up type thing.
I think I'm gonna...
And we just type it in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't want to... There's so many different things you can do for this that I really didn't want to have like a list that people could pick from, because I feel like that would limit it a lot. So
would an appropriate castle be like, I want to see and speak with spirits?
Yeah.
Cool.
it can really be anything. I've had like one, like as humble as I don't care what I want to be, just as long as it is a minister. For a kid who his dad was a minister and like didn't want to follow that. I've seen like ones that are like completely unrealistic and ungrounded, like I want to grow up to be like a fairy princess or whatever. So like it can really be anything.
All right, cool.
Oh, you're in the wrong column, Stephen.
Sorry.
You're fine. So
Apologies.
yeah, so let's decide on what relationship we would be interested in having with another player. We're not actually going to choose who our relationship is with yet, just what it is. And so these, you can find these in the deck again. So we have stuff like siblings, cousins, neighbors, deskmates, idolizes, best friends, rivals, childhood sweethearts, crushing on, family friends, which is one of my favorite because it's like your parents or guardians are friends with each other, so you were forced to hang out together whether you want to or not. I love that because it's like such a childhood thing where you don't really have control over who you get to hang out with all the time.
Anybody want to be my character's sort of desk mate?
Yeah, so just pick which one you want, and then we will decide on who you're actually giving that to in a later step. So if you want a desk mate, yeah.
I understand, sorry.
I'll be deathmates.
You're fine.
Okay, I am torn between two, everyone. Partners in crime or crushing on.
Both are very fun.
Partner in crime is fun too.
Okay, I'll do partners in crime then. I don't know who that's going to be yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We've not decided who it's going to be yet, so that's fine. I like both of those, so maybe I'll just go with crushing on.
Cool. Oh, you chose rivals, Crow? That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it. These are great.
And so the next thing we're going to decide is our family background. So we've got clergy, deep-rooted, humble origins, ill-reputed. Ill-reputed is kind of like everyone thinks that your parents are the witch who lives on the hill type of vibes. Immigrant, merchant, new money, old elite, or orphan. If anyone has questions about any of those, feel free to let me know.
So, question, because is orphan? I'm a little. Would I qualify as orphan because I have a guardian of my grandmother?
Yeah, you definitely could. It's kind of, for some characters there are going to be multiple of these that apply, and sometimes it's about more like choosing which one is more going to guide your character and their story. Like, say if you had like an old elite grandmother who is taking care of you and you are an orphan. It's kind of deciding which one is going to be like the more important aspect of my character or the one that I want to highlight.
But now that I'm sort of going through this, I'm actually rethinking a little bit. I think I might actually switch to the scamp. Nobody's got that, right?
Oh, as opposed to the dreamer?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm just starting to understand it a little bit more, so.
Yeah, no worries.
Ooh, that means I could take the dreamer? I think I might go with that too then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with new money if nobody else wants that.
Yeah.
Oh, either new money or old elite. I can't decide.
I'm really torn between
So
deep rooted and old elite.
kind of the difference between new money and old elite is that like new money has gotten it like recently within the past generation or two. So there's kind of like the idea of like your position is a little bit more questionable with some of the like older money type families.
Yeah.
Old elite is not even necessarily a rich family. It's a family with a lot of influence in the community, like history in the community type thing. They can have money, but they don't have to.
Okay.
Again, going back to the Anne series, an example of the old elite that I would give for a family that doesn't have like a ton of money is like the Pies, because they are like a super, like there are a ton of different pies, and because there's so many of them, they kind of hold a lot of influence and sway in the community. And like if you want to do anything in town, you have to make sure to ask a pie, or like if you want to like hire someone to do something, and you want like a project where you need like funds donated, you might hire a pie to do it, even if they're not necessarily the best one for the job, because then the pies are more likely to donate money to the cause.
Okay.
Well, I'm torn between the two. Now, Logan, you said you were drawn to old elite too.
I was drawn between old elite and deep rooted. But my concern about the deep rooted is like I feel like I have to lean into like the cultural inheritance and the traditions of Judaism. I don't necessarily want to do that, which is why I feel like old elite makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with new money then, if that's okay with everybody.
Yes.
I'm a little obsessed with Gilded Age, so I kind of want the TV show. So I kind of want to play like one of those. I know that's a little later, but you know what I mean.
It's actually in the 1880s, so like we're
Is it? I thought it was
right around the time.
I thought it was just turn of the century. I didn't realize. Oh.
It starts in 1882, I believe.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Go to that goes page. I don't know why. Okay, new money. There we go.
I think I'm gonna go with merchant for mine.
Well, what kind of merchant? Do you know yet?
Maybe general store, maybe something else. I haven't decided quite yet. Okay. So I think, do we want to decide on castles in the air / bosom enemies next, or would we like to trade relationships first? Does anyone have a preference?
I'm okay.
No preference for me.
Okay. Let's do relationships then. So we'll just start out with one of these. It doesn't matter. I guess we can start out with crushing on. Who would like to be crushed on by my character?
Leroy?
Or Theodore.
Crushing on. Okay. Yeah. Either one is fine with me. you two can fight it out.
You just want us boys to fight over you. It's up to it. I'm fine. I can wait. You wanted to? Crow said it first. Crow's got it.
Okay.
Leroy.
Right. Okay, so we'll just move on to Crow. Who would you like? Who would you like to be rivals with? / who is interested in being rivals with Crow's character?
Well, I'll do it.
Oh.
Okay.
If you're cool with that.
Sorry. I'm fine with it.
So rivals with Orin, or two orphan rivalry.
There can only be one orphan in this town.
You know what? It's still a better reboot than what Highlander will probably be. I kid. I love Henry Cavill. I hope he does a wonderful job.
Yeah, I'm really excited. He gets into his roles. He's just being given bad scripts.
I also really respect him. Like when all that stuff with Enola Holmes was going on, and he said she's a child. I'm not forming a friendship with her. I respected how clear and like delineated he made those boundaries.
Considering how she had other more adult celebrities not respect that, yeah.
Right, and I think, and I, in my mind, like, sorry, a little tangent here. In my mind, now that she is an adult, and if they do another Enola Holmes movie, it makes the relationship actually equal in some respects, because he set up those boundaries. I don't know. I just have a lot of respect for how he handled that. I could go on for hours about that. Sorry.
I also liked his turn as Sherlock. It's just a shame that he still had the Witcher body, so he looked weird.
Weird or just perfect, tomato.
All right, Logan.
Yes.
Partners in crime. Would you prefer to have Theodore or Maria as your partner in crime?
Ooh, let's do Maria. I think that has a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of fun with it.
I like that, yeah.
12.5
with the innocent Maria.
Like, I get you into trouble, sort of, because I'm like, I just have to go talk to the witch. It'll be 5 minutes, I promise. And I love that it's 12.5, Diana. 12 and a half. Like, God, do you remember when we used to, like, we were adamant we had to be clear about that? I am 12 and 3/4.
It's such a child thing, and I love having that. So, then how does it sound? Clubmates with Theodore, and Theodore can be desk mates with Fletch. How's that sound?
I actually was going to ask if I could be Fledge's desk mate, so that's great.
Right? Cool.
What club are we in?
So
I haven't decided yet. I think it's like we're the only two people in it, probably.
Okay. Should we start the theater club?
Yeah.
Just an idea. Think about it.
If it helps, I can technically be in it, but like I usually forget about the meetings.
I just like
you get kicked out of the theater club
like
very quick.
A small exclusive club mates, because that's a new relationship for me to see. So I'm like really happy with that.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that was actually one of the stretch goals. So thank you for everyone who donated to the Kickstarter.
Neko, I have to be real honest. Like, when I heard about this, I was in the middle of reading.
I know, you told me you didn't find out until later. It's fine. So I think everyone should have given and received a relationship now.
Yeah.
Wait, I only have one. So I'm partners in crime with
with
Maria and being crushed.
And
Wait, what's my other one? And I'm rivals with Leroy. Thank you. Sorry, I just didn't get that typed in there.
yeah, it helps. It helps to write the second one in there as well, I find. All right. And then, next thing we'll do is decide on a castle, castle in the air, and decide on our bosom enemies. Those are the two remaining things for kind of our characters, and then we're going to also create a connection for them, which I'll go into more detail in just a minute.
I accidentally deleted all my text in the Dreamer role. That's not good.
Oh my god, I just realized something. Neko, you and I both have F nicknames. Fledge and Fizz. Fizz and Fledge.
Good.
I love that.
Fletch is a cool name.
Yeah. Fizz just comes from my character's last name.
I need to figure out a last name.
So,
I'm struggling. I'm having a moment.
So, what, like, a thing that, like, was really common at this time in history was for, was for a son to have the mother's maiden name as their first name, which is also where you get, like, Fitzwilliam Darcy, because, like, Fitzwilliam is not normally, like, a like, given name, or at least not one that we would use now, right?
That's so interesting. I never knew that.
So, like, I wanted to do that with this character, so their name is, like, Hawkins, so because of the hawk is in there, their mom calls them Fledgling, which is where Fledge comes from.
Love that. Cool.
And let me just fix your description having disappeared for you.
That was my fault. I accidentally deleted it. Thank you so much.
That's not correct. Oh, that's right. There we go.
Why are surnames so hard to choose?
You have that document I shared with all the names, right?
I can access that, yes.
And I did actually put numbers by all of them, so in case you want to do like a random number generator if you're having like way too much trouble deciding.
Names, here we go. Names. Surnames. Let's go with King. Oren King. Perfect. Okay, so we have relationship, we have castle, or we have castles kind of started.
Yes.
Ooh, cool. World Traveler, Leroy Abbott. I'm into it. I think I might actually go they, them with Oren.
Nice.
I think that could fit very easily.
I am also doing that. I've never actually played a fully they them character, so if you notice me messing up, please call me out.
For sure, and I think I think we're also learning this game. I think everything's gonna be great. Oh, description and further notes about your character. Just seeing this next box here.
Yep. Yeah, and make sure you do your bosom enemy as well. And there are cards for those in the deck.
Who's an enemy? Hey, Steven, if you want to come grab the book so you can see some of these, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. The connection, you mean?
No, the bosom enemy aspect.
Bosom enemy.
Oh, I'm just working on my description. I do need to see that.
Yeah, I would recommend choosing bosom enemy before you do your description, just because it can have like a big impact on like who your character is, you know.
Steve, if you can yours. There you go.
I think they're in the deck of cards rather than the book.
Oh, Steven, I have cards over here. You can consider it here.
Yeah. I think I'm going to choose self-sacrificing.
Pick one of these. I'm kind of torn between gullible and perfectionistic.
So I'm going to be partially dealing with perfectionistic as part of controlling, if that will influence your decision. We can have overlap, but if you don't want to, you might want to do gullible.
Gullible. I totally believe that I can speak to spirits and the witch will help me. Like.
Overindulgent.
Okay, cool. And Steven, here are your other two cards.
And where does this go?
Bosom enemy.
So I just replace the text in the middle?
Yeah. And Steven, do you want your cards? I have your other two.
So I do 4 of these?
Just one.
Oh.
Just one bosom enemy.
How do I know if it's positive or negative?
That'll happen in
Oh.
in game. Yeah.
Yep, that's based on what happens during play.
Let's see. You have clubmates and deskmates. Deskmates. There are your cards, Steven.
What do I do with these?
I'll just keep them when you play your character. I'm gonna keep them all together.
I love when Diana finishes hers because we always have like the box always gets like 5 times bigger.
Listen, you know me. I always write a good description. I'm not like a certain someone that we know, Neko, that writes one
I love
sentence. I will always bully Chris about it.
I will probably add more to my description as we
What
go
about
on.
connections? Do I need anything for that?
That, I think, comes next.
But do I need any more cards?
No, the only other cards are desire and adult relationships, and we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Yep.
If I'm understanding this correctly.
Yes.
Fabulous.
So now I just gotta narrow down at her castle.
So we need...
So I'm gonna read a bit about the connections. So during childhood, each player creates only one connection for their major character to represent the relatively small circle of a child. This connection should be one who is a large influence in their life for either good or ill. In most cases, this will be a parent, a grandparent, or a guardian, but other possibilities include things like an older sibling who they particularly look up to, an influential governess or favorite teacher at school, or the wealthy aunt whose inheritance they might receive. Each childhood character role has a sentence describing the types of connections they benefit from, as well as a number of connections options to provide inspiration for players. Players are allowed to pick something that isn't part of the connection options if they have another idea in mind. And no matter which connection a player goes with, it should be someone who moves their major character to action. This might be because they listen to their advice, because they take them as a model for what they do or don't want to be, because they don't want to ruin this character's good image of them, or because this is a person who makes them so angry that they do the opposite of what their connection tells them to do. Additionally, while players are only allowed to create one connection at this point in play, they are free to define details about other people that are part of this character's life, such as siblings, servants, friends, or a second parent. This not only helps fill out the world, but creates possibilities for future connections they might want to add once their character reaches adulthood.
Okay. Okay, so if I'm 11,
Yeah.
I'm thinking how old this person has to be.
I was actually just going to say that you don't have to give like exact ages, because like what kid knows exactly how old their parent is? You can just be like mom age.
Sure.
Let me go get Una so that she can come in my room.
Okay. Thanks, Steven.
Come here, you potato.
And so this, like, I think major character is blank. That is like a thought from this character's perspective.
Yes, so this is like what this character thinks of your character. You can like also like if you really want to flavor it, you can choose like what this character like calls your character. Like if they're a servant, it might be Mr. King, versus if they're, your grandma, it might be like, Oren instead.
Okay. Trying to figure out how to phrase this. Because I don't want it to be about the grief, but it is a reminder of her lost daughter. But how to reframe that, how to word that. The spitting image of his mother. There we go.
I've decided on a very silly castle. Despite her older age.
What is it?
I want to be a delicious potato.
Girl, same. At all times, every day.
Well, Theodore's background, I don't know if anybody's read it, but his grandfather struck it rich when he drunkenly won in a poker game 6 acres of land. Little did they know it was an extraordinary fertile land for potatoes.
This potato thing is hilarious. How you doing over there, Crow? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Douglas. Wait, do we all have like... So, Stephen, I'm curious, why is your connection to your aunt rather than your parents? No wrong answer, I'm just curious.
Well, kind of like an homage to Auntie Mame. He's got a favorite aunt who's always sort of he's been drawn to because she's eccentric and a character.
Awesome, very cool. I want to follow Neko's formatting style here. I like it. It could be cool, Stephen, if Beryl was younger, like young adult, like a older sister age. In some respects, like early 20s or something.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
After we finish this connections, do we want to take a small break, everyone?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I like Twix. I want a Twix. Adult relationships and desires. We keep those separate for now.
Our characters have family pets.
Yeah. You can definitely have family pets if you want to.
Diz has 900 dogs. No one goes over to his house. It's just too loud.
Is the town cat a girl or a boy?
I think I said he.
E?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We should all have a vastly different name for the cat. Okay, is anyone else here a dice goblin or just me?
I have spent too much Kickstarter money on dice.
Okay, so,
You know, I don't roll them, but yeah.
so you'll understand when I say that I have... Oh god. 5 dice chests and like they're mostly full.
Oh wow.
I have a problem. And like I keep running into them because they're right by my desk. Which is why I bring it up. I kicked one of them like 9 times today. I haven't done Kickstarter dice, but I do a lot of Dispel, Crystal Maggie. I just had a custom set made from this guy in England for my Daggerheart game.
Wow.
Yeah, Chicken Wizard Dice on Etsy if you want to check it out. He does incredible. I think it's a he. I don't know their real name, but they make incredible dice, and they do like really cool sharp edge resin moldings and real neat. Steven, are you doing your description for Barrel? Everyone talking. I said everyone talking ASMR voices for Steven.
No, would you not help people do that? I hate it. Don't do it. Okay, so Fizz has an Irish setter named Bruno, and his mortal enemy is the town. Bruno's a terrible name. That'll change. His mortal enemy is the town stray cat, and the Fizzywigs call him that damned cat.
Maria Renata Reyes. Very cool. So Maria, is your aunt your mother's sister? I think I got that right.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I like Douglas Crow. I like Douglas a lot.
Thanks.
There's a small pun that you may have to think about with the name of Fledge's connection. So if you feel like trying to see if you can get that.
Well, I got Marie. I got the one that Diana did, Tijuana. I love it.
Yes, but just note that Tia is aunt.
Yeah.
In Spanish, so
totally.
That's not actually her first name.
No, totally,
yeah,
totally.
I was like, it was too good. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's James and a McKinley or something, right? But I don't know what that means.
So consider that we know what her maiden name would be, and then consider what a nickname for James would be, and then think about literature.
Oh. Took me a second
Jim
there.
Hawkins from Treasure Island.
I love it. That's great. That's fabulous.
Which has nothing to do with her as a person. I just thought it would be fun when I made her maiden name Hawkins.
That's great. I love it. Sorry if you hear my clicking. I'm typing too. Oh, I didn't even know the meaning of the name Oren. It means in Hebrew culture, it's the name that represents nature, growth, and resilience, that's actually quite
nice.
Appropriate. That was meant to be. How neat! I really love the character creation process of this and Good Society by extension. I think it's really, really robust and interesting. I really, really like it.
There's a little bit of a pun with my connection's first name too, because she's an actress.
Beryl.
Yes, sound it out.
All I know is the Sailor Moon character.
Meryl.
Diana knows.
Oh God.
Meryl.
Steve, go home. Go home. Just go home.
I am home.
Go to another home. I love that.
Mean to me, I don't understand.
You're my roommate. It's my job. Roommate and best friend. I am obligated to mess with you as much as possible.
I don't know if you'll be my best friend after this.
Let's see, I want to bold that.
Right. Is everyone done writing all the descriptions? Have all their bosom enemy, all that? Steven, doesn't look like you bosom enemy written down yet.
I thought I did.
If you came up with one, you did not write it down. It's
overindulgent.
You see where?
Oh, you just haven't put it in there yet.
Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Duh.
You're fine. No, right where it says bosom enemy.
Yeah, I see that now. I put overindulgent right underneath it. I don't know if you see. I thought I was supposed to put. I thought it was like we picked multiple.
No.
That's why I said to Logan, "How many do I pick?"
Oh, that's what you meant by that. Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's okay. I just read that wrong.
All right. So, the only thing left to do is we're going to introduce our characters and decide who's going to play which connection. Do we want to do that before or after the break?
Why don't we choose who is going to play which connection, take the break, then introduce the characters and call that a session 0. Does that work for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
usually it's best to introduce the characters so we have an understanding before choosing connections.
Fair enough.
So maybe we should just take the break and do the rest of session 0 after.
I could really use the bathroom again, so if we could, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do we take like a 10-minute break and be back right at 5, and then from 5 to 6 we'll do this last session? Or last segment,
That sounds good.
Perfect. Let me transfer us out of here.
Just, I assume, leave our cameras on so that it doesn't mess with OBS?
Well, I'm going to transition to like a pause screen. You can turn your cameras off. Just be sure to turn them on before I come back.
Okay.
And we should be good now. Okay, see you at 5. Or a couple after. We have 10 minutes. No. Everyone's muted. No. Everyone's muted. No.
Not me. It's an alarm.
No, it's something coming through the audio, but everyone's muted, so I don't know what it's picking up.
Did it just start? Or have the whole thing been ruined?
No, it's not that. It's like sound still coming through.
Did it just start though?
No, it's...
Is it on the Twitch?
Yeah.
It's been on the Twitch the whole time?
No, it's because no one's talking. It's picking up residual sound.
Oh. Don't you have our screen on? Our whole screen?
I do, and everything's muted. Like, literally
Why
everyone's...
don't you mute your mic?
I did. Okay, we should be good to go, my friends.
Okay. All right. So now that we're back, the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to introduce our characters as well as their connection, and then once everyone has introduced them, we'll decide who is playing what connection, because this is a game where instead of the NPCs all belonging to like the game master, we share them between ourselves. Logan, do you want to start, or would you like me to?
Can you start so we can, as I've never played this,
Yeah.
you can show our viewers what a correct character introduction looks like.
So I will be playing Hawkins Fledge McKinley, they, them, age 11. Their castle is to take over the shop and maybe even turn it into a department store. The relationships are that they are crushing on Leroy and they're desk mates with Theodore. They are the ringleader, who is the responsible one, interested in others' well-being, quick to offer unsolicited advice, and already an adult in their own mind. Their family background is merchant, and they're named after their mother's surname. Their mother calls them fledgling because they aren't an adult hawk yet. Fledge always wants things to be just so and doesn't like it when things go in unexpected directions. Fledge is a very practical and business-minded person, and their only real concession to whimsy is their crush on the adventurous and perhaps even dangerous Leroy. And their bosom enemy is that they are controlling. And then their connection is Jamesina McKinley. She, her mom age. She's Fledge's mom. She thinks fledgling is precocious and perhaps too quick to try and be a grown-up. Jamesina is a successful businesswoman who runs Three Rivers General Store, and Fledge wants to be just like her. She's the main caretaker since her husband works in trade and is often in the city or otherwise out of town procuring products for the store. Jamesina worries that Fledge is too particular and will push people away by trying to control their actions. She also thinks he tends to be she also thinks they tend to be too hard on themselves and don't take enough time to be a child.
Oh, that's a good point. I have to correct that pronoun in there.
Yep.
I noticed that I made that mistake too. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go. I'm going to be playing Oren King, they, them. They are 12 years old. Their castle is, I want to see and speak with spirits. Their relationship is they are partners in crime with Maria, and they are rivals with Leroy, and I'm really interested to explore what that means. I chose the dreamer role, which means I'm blessed with a vivid imagination, a lover of nature and beauty, sensitive and quick to feel a slight, possessed of a rich inner world. Their family background is old elite. Oren is taken care of by their grandmother, Ariel King, who took them in after their parents' death. I kind of see the Kings as being a relatively big family, but most of Ariel's children left the town. And I think the reason she took Oren in was probably just more of a pragmatic choice, which is kind of like how she is. Oren is a quiet child, prone to daydreams and flights of fancy, but always with a slightly quote-unquote goth or mournful edge to it. Maybe a little Eeyore-like, but in a sweet, endearing way. Their bosom enemy is they're very gullible. And Ariel King, like I said, is Oren's grandmother, or sorry, I put aunt, but I should have put grandmother. I don't know why I put that. Oren's grandmother, and she thinks Oren is the spitting image of their mother, Hannah. Mrs. King is the matriarch of the King family and sees to its affairs with a strong, velvet-gloved hand. She has a resolve like iron, but leads with compassion mixed with pragmatism. She wants Oren to take over the family mantle someday, which is part of the reason that she took them in, but worries that their head is too often in the clouds and doesn't quite know how to get them to grow up a little more. Probably because she's already done this and is like, how do I do this again? I think that will have some interesting conflict in a good way.
Evening. Can you tell us about Theodore?
Stephen, you are muted.
Theodore Newton Fezziwig goes by Fizz. He is, I forgot to put in an age. He is 11. And he wants to be a famous actor. Like he thinks his aunt is. He's desk mates with Fledge and club mates with Maria. He's a scamp. And so Theodore's grandfather, Newton, struck it rich when he...
Stephen, why don't you tell us what...
Oh, sure, okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted me
read the
to
bullet points for the scamp, just for our viewers.
Sure. The scamp is high-spirited and original, always in and out of scrapes, lovable and easy to forgive, and horrified by rules and formality. He comes from a family of new money. So Theodore's grandfather, Newton, struck it rich when he won a plot of 6 acres in a poker game. His wife, Eudora, was furious and blamed his drinking. Newton died in his sleep that evening, and the coroner said it was alcohol poisoning, though some speculated that perhaps Eudora had suffocated him with a pillow in his sleep. Desperate to feed young Huxley, Theodore's father, and Beryl, his aunt, Eudora tried her hand at planting, and little did she know, Newton had won a gold mine in incredibly fertile land for potatoes. Huxley took over the family business, and Beryl fled small-town life in pursuit of the stage. Fizz has always been tall for his age, growing rapidly but thin as a rail. His skin is pale and his hair a beautiful, almost white blonde. Fizz has an Irish setter named Biscuit, whose mortal enemy is the town stray cat, known to the Fezziwigs as that damned cat. Fizz is enthusiastic but sensitive and highly feeling. And yes, Fizz, a hopeless flirt even in youth, likes boys. A little too enthusiastically sometimes. His bosom enemy is overindulgent, and his connection is Beryl Fezziwig. She's about 30 at the start of this, and she thinks that Fizz is a marvelous but mischievous little man with the potential for greatness and celebrity. Beryl is the younger sister of Fizz's father and his beloved aunt. She only recently returned home after traveling as an actress. I wanted to add a little more. She completely failed at the career, and she wrote to her brother to come home. Throughout her travels, she wrote letters to Fizz daily. She adores the precocious young lad, though she's never wanted to marry and or have children of her own. She's elegant and voluptuous with an absurdly large bosom. Said bosom and her fiery red hair have scandalized housewives, though she won't say she loves it. And that's Beryl.
Could you tell us about Leroy?
Okay, Leroy Abbott, him, 11 years old, his castle that wants to be a sailor and travel the entire globe. His childhood role is the firebrand, outwardly hard and tough, a troublemaker surrounded by vicious gossip, used implicitly by authority figures, and yet possessed of a hidden noble spirit. Having lost his parents at a young age, Leroy had to be moved to a series of foster homes and orphanages for most of his childhood until he got adopted by Douglas Robinson, a farmer who happens to own an apple farm on the outskirts of town known as Applewood Orchard. At the age of 11, Leroy is a wiry boy with messy brown hair, blue eyes, and fair skin. Even though Leroy is a troublemaker with a stubborn streak, he has a good heart and is loyal to those he cares about. And he has a beagle dog named Abe Lincoln, named after the president Abraham Lincoln. And this is his connection, Douglas Robinson, who thinks Leroy is a tough kid, and if only he could stop getting into trouble. The owner of Applewood Orchard, Victor Robinson, has recently taken in Leroy into his care. Even though the boy gets on his nerves sometimes, Douglas does admire Leroy's tenacity and wants him to take over the farm someday. He's pretty tall with short black hair, gray eyes, and an average build. Oh, and his bosom enemy is that he's stubborn.
Yeah, and I don't think you read his relationships or his family background either. If you could read those.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. His relationships that he's rivaled with Oren and crushed on by Bloods, and that he's an orphan.
Yeah. Diana, that's you.
Making sure I'm unmuted everywhere. I am playing Maria Renata Reyes. She, her. She is 12.5 years of age, and you need to know that she is 12.5. Her castle, she wants to be a delicious potato because potatoes are all the rage and they're the best things ever, so she wants to be the best thing ever. She is club mates with Theodore, which you'll learn what kind of club in her description in a moment, and partners in crime with Oren, though I don't think she realizes their crimes that they're doing. She is the innocent who is shocked by harsh realities, part of the domestic sphere, slow to warm up to others, quaint and old-fashioned. And she is an immigrant as her family has immigrated from Central America all the way through the United States into Canada. Her family came to Three Rivers when she was only 6 years old. The only real memory she has of before was the travel here was long and hard. She sometimes has bad dreams that are very abstract, but she was one of the lucky ones of her family to have made it in good health. Her siblings stayed sickly for years, so she was usually kept inside with her mother to tend to them, and didn't get to enjoy a lot of the new world. It was only after her younger siblings seemed to be healthy enough and her older ones old enough to take on the family business was she allowed to be a kid for a while and integrate with other kids of her age, including going to school. Because of that, she's rather naive in a lot of things kids her age would already know, and her accent is still a little thick, knowing both English and Spanish, and a somewhat mix of others from living here. She prefers observing and watching other people, interpreting what they do. This is how Theodore and her met one day in the fields outside the schoolhouse, where she was imitating one of the older students, and he thought she was acting. It was then that the Club of Theatrics started. Despite her seeming innocence, she does have deep knowledge of Latin spiritualism because of her auntie, though she doesn't talk much about it. And she has 2 younger siblings, 3 older ones, along with her father, mother, grandmother, grandfather, and single auntie. Her bosom enemy is self-sacrificing. She tends to say yes a lot, which is probably why she's in crimes a lot with Oren.
Crimes.
Yes, crimes. Her connection is Tia Juana Ludi Carita. Tia is Spanish for auntie. She, her, 25. She is Maria's single aunt, which is usually emphasized by everyone in the family that her aunt is still single. She thinks Maria is a flower that doesn't know she is blooming. Juana Ludi came with her sister's family because of the possibility of new opportunities, and especially a new dating pool. Despite being here nearly 6 years, she hasn't been able to find someone suitable. It might have to do with how deep into the spiritualism movement she's in, not just with the gringo style, but also bringing up brujeria and tarot and such. She's also very avant-garde in everything, from fashion to food, to even buying the latest contraptions from the big city. She's really trying to help Maria become a cosmopolitan young lady, now that Maria's no longer tied to the home or family business. Juana is sweet, but can be a bit too forward to many people.
All right. Do any of these connections stand out to people as someone you'd really like to play?
You're on mute again, Stephen.
Oh, I would be down to play Logan's Connection.
Okay.
I would also play Neko's, but I'm Neko's other connection, so I don't think I should.
As much as I love Douglas, because I am connected to Leroy already, I think it would be awesome to play Beryl. And I can practice my Mid-Atlantic accent.
Alright, then I'll just be Floods' mom.
Okay. So are you cool? I think that leaves you with Douglas and me with Tijuana. If that's okay with you, Diana?
Yeah.
Alright, everyone go ahead and put your name in the name category of the connection.
Do we put our color on that, or do we just put our name there?
It's easy to copy and paste the cell. Yeah.
Yeah, if you copy and paste it, it'll just automatically update the color, but it doesn't really matter.
I'm still pretty new to this character keeper concept that a lot of games are doing. This is really useful.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I'm not. Can someone explain to me how to copy and paste the cell? I'm sorry.
Control C. You just select the cell and Control C, and then you select the new cell and Control V, or Command if you're using an Apple.
I thought I did that, but
Yep.
it didn't seem to.
Oh,
There it goes. Thank
there
you.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so we can either end early for today, or we probably have time to do the first novel chapter of childhood. That is up to everyone here.
Well,
Probably.
I would really like to dive in where we don't have quite such a time constraint, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer to start next time too, like right off the bat. That might be a selfish thing with my brain fog, but I think maybe my brain's starting to whir a little bit. So maybe it would be better if we started next time.
Okay, so before we go though,
Can I just say one thing, Logan, before we change real quick? I just wanted to add one thing, guys. Just so you all knew, I realized listening to all of you, I didn't really talk about my mom at all, and so I just added that his mother died in childbirth, leaving him an only child to be raised by his father alone.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So Stephen, I know you have a couple. I know we're only doing 8 sessions. May is not relatively far away. We are good to meet next week before we call it, right? Yes?
I thought it was every other week.
We're doing every other week, right?
Perfect. I do know in May there's a couple little things. Neko, I will get you those dates soon and talk to you about that. But I will see you all in 2 weeks for session 1.
Can I just say one thing, guys? If we do every other week for starting now, April 5th is Easter. I'm assuming I don't care about Easter, but I might go visit my family. So I don't know about other people. Should we maybe try to do 2 in a row to back off of that?
How about we take that part of this off air and we'll discuss that in the private
Yeah.
chat.
Oh yeah, we're still live. Sorry, my fault. Sorry,
that was also kind of my fault, Stephen. I fully own that. So, listeners and viewers, I'm so used to saying listeners because we do the audio part of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Neko, thank you so much for running this. Like when you joined the server after the review, we were so excited. This is going to be a lot of fun.
I was so excited to have a podcast cover my game. So feelings mutual.
It was genuinely not even a question, because when I learned about Good Society, I was obsessed, and when I saw this game get announced, I lost my mind. Because again, Anne of Green Gables is one of my favorites. Anna's goals. In a lot of respects, she's perfect and flawed in the best way. At any rate, viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a blast. We're looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks for session 1 to really dive in and get to know these wonderful, wonderful children. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey. Bye.
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 Boom.
Should the rest of us hang out for a